I remember this thought, right, of going, everyone knows naughty kids' names. I'm going to start just playing up. I got a job as a carpet fitter because my mates went to sixth form at the same school with us. I used to pop in and the teachers went, Jack, you don't go here anymore.
In the Christmas specials in the office.
Yeah, you don't go to this school anymore. You've got a job now. Go, leave. And you know what also was, because I was too scared to get into comedy, I'd do other little projects that were creative. Trying to start my own gourmet burger company. Dorothy Gherkins. This is painting me out to be mental. This. I really thought I was going to come in and be like nail this, and be like, people see the real me, and it turns out the real me's a fucking mess.
This is a nutcase. Today's guest is a viral media superstar you will have seen all over your timelines. His show Skint was nominated for Best Newcomer at the Edinburgh Fringe, while online he has racked up over 17 million likes on TikTok. He's also an incredible live stand-up comedian. I am, of course, talking about Jack Skipper. Hello, everyone. Seann Walsh here. Before Class Clown starts, I just want to bring you some news. As you can see, I'm in Australia on the beach having an absolutely torrid time. But I will be going on tour next spring 2026, with my new show, This Is Torture. And what I thought I would do is I would give first dibs at tickets to my podcast listeners. On Monday, the 24th of November, this Monday, you will get first dibs by going to seannwalsh.com and putting in the code POD26, POD26, and you will get first access to tickets before they go on general sale on the Thursday. So Monday the 24th at 11 a.m, you get first access to the tickets, POD26, and I look forward to seeing you there. Come along and see, I talk to my guests about what they do. It'd be nice for you to come and see what I do. If you haven't already, it'd be lovely to see you there. seannwalsh.com, POD26, and it's called This Is Torture, and I look forward to it. Lots of love. Here's Class Clown. Ta-da. Jack, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Your voice is a bit warm.
A little bit, but it's getting there.
I was only flagging it so that you weren't self-conscious of it, because people might be listening thinking, what's wrong with his voice?
Right, yeah. Thanks.
Has that made you feel better?
Thanks for doing that. Thanks for drawing attention to it.
Where'd you grow up?
Started my life in Croydon, West Croydon.
Started your life there?
Yeah.
When did you leave?
I started junior school. My mum moved us to a town down the road, like Sutton, which is like the next borough along. But we still lived in Croydon. I think my mum just wanted to get us out to a new school.
So how old were you for living in Croydon?
I think I was about 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was Croydon like then? When is then, I suppose?
So I was born in 88. So I was there for most of the 90s. But to be honest, I've got good memories of it.
Yeah.
I remember that as a happy sort of thing. This ain't like a sob story stuff. We lived in a very small flat. It was me, my dad, my mum, and my brother. My mum and dad used to sleep in the front room on a sofa bed, and it was like me and my brother had bunk beds, and it was like I loved it. I didn't want to leave when we moved, sort of thing.
Well, that's because you didn't have to sleep on the sofa bed in the living room.
Yeah, I think they wanted it. Yeah, they was up for it. Mom,
yeah. Do you say that because Croydon's got a bit of a? I mean, look, the truth is, I only, if you look at social media or something and Croydon comes up, the joke is it's a shithole. I don't actually know. I don't.
It's a go-to punchline for shithole, isn't it?
And what did it look like? I mean, give me a sec. You had a good time.
Yeah.
But for someone that didn't know what that was in the 90s, what did that look like?
I suppose the word would be urban.
Yeah.
It's urban.
Okay,
yeah. We lived on a road, it was like a masonette flat sort of thing.
Yeah.
It was like a road of terrace houses, but it was a lot of it was like that sort of classic childhood where I was like, it was playing curveball, there was a green over the road. It was that sort of thing.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Football. Playing football so late into the evening that you're still trying to head the ball, but you can't quite see the ball.
Yeah.
Coming towards, do you know that?
Do you know that thing of going in, having a bath and that, but then being sort of allowed back out and then riding the bike without your shoes on? It's a weird feeling, a feet on the pedal. That was like a weird,
I'd say I didn't do that. Maybe that's a Croydon thing.
That is a Croydon thing, yeah.
Were you using the trams?
No, there was no. I don't think there was trams then.
No.
No, it's just
Okay.
pre-tram. Yeah.
All right, let's not get into the trams debate.
We also tram. Well,
but how do you think, if you look back, do you look back now and get a sense of what, like, the effect that Croydon as a place, or West Croydon, had on, well, who you were as a kid, but who you are now?
I think, because I want to be class into it, because that's the thing that
why not?
Because that's not a thing I was ever aware of until I got into comedy. So like, I don't. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like
absolutely.
People write about me working class comedy just because my accent. Like, I never thought about class. So I'm trying to think of it as like, how I would think of it, without, because that's obviously tainted how I think now. I think about class now.
I totally understand what you're saying, and I didn't myself know what private school was until I did comedy, and I met these people. Like, oh, yeah, right.
That's what I mean.
There's a school
that's what
you can pay for a better. How's that work?
Yeah, exactly. That's a weird thing as well, isn't it? Like we'll pay for a better education. Like, do they know in like normal school they're doing a shitter version? That's like, we're not paying enough, so fuck them. Like they could.
Why don't you just teach us what you're teaching them?
Because they get paid more. Such a weird way to.
I'll read that. Tell me to read that. I'll try and read that.
Give me an extra 50 quid and I'll teach them properly. But no, for now, fuck off. These like grown up divs.
It's a brick and go and build a wall.
But no, going back to the thing, I think that thing of growing up.
But it did obviously, you said, oh, it's just the way I sound.
Yeah.
Well, do you sound like that because of West Croydon?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
But I do think I've got this thing for like realness, this like what I would call realness, just real normalness. Do you know what I mean?
Please, because explain to me what you mean by that, because that's really interesting. That's like getting kind of into you the way you see the world.
I'm trying to say it without sort of being like derogatory about other people, but I just feel like the world we live in now, everyone's so like. I feel like we're in a weird place where no one's normal, where no one's like that sounds really bad, but do you know what I mean? Where everyone's like
no one's normal. I love it.
Imagine everyone's really into like politics, or they're really into it.
Yes.
While the other end, where they're so into just shit. Like, I just saw a thing on the way here. Bonnie Blue meets Ibiza final boss.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this fucking world? This world, you got that world, which is just so much shit. You got the other world where it's just like all really like intensely like other like people argue. Just normal. Just kind of talking about going down the shop or like.
What? So you do? Is normal? You don't want to discuss Jeremy Corbyn's new party, but you also don't want to watch Bonnie Blue.
Yeah, just normal
in a bukkake with the Ibiza final boss.
I mean, I would watch it, but no. But do you know what I mean? It's like. I just think like that and like, there's sometimes when you get.
It's just always. It kind of seems to always end at social media.
Yeah.
Where you're just being kind of almost attacked with culture.
Yeah.
But culture of all different types of culture.
And then sometimes when you see, if you find someone on social media who is normal, sometimes you'll get like there's some people who I sort of follow who are just like a bloke talking to camera. They don't know how to edit. They don't know how to. They've even filmed it, but they're just talking, and it comforts me. Just
normal
bloke in his van chatting. Do you know what I mean? That I sort of crave that.
But I think that's part of your what you do online and on stage is, I think that's what people identify with. I think that's why you stand out.
Yeah, but I'm not aware of that.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
You don't know. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But so the people of West Croydon in your head, that's not normal.
Yeah.
Who's normal? You got mates that are normal.
I'm not normal, mates. Yeah, you are though. You like because you're on a level where I can talk to you.
Yes.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Self-awareness as well. That's I mean that sort of thing where you feel comfortable. I don't feel freaked out by you.
Thank you very much. You wait until the end of the show. And what was school like then? Because you said your mum took you away from.
Yeah, so
moved schools. What, primary school?
So I went into year 3, which is primary. Yeah, that was a new school to me.
And were you good at school?
I was actually thinking this today when I was thinking about this podcast. I remember when I was in a school in Croydon, right? And I remember there was something like sorting all the kids out. And I just sat there on my own, like cross-legged, being good, right? And I remember a teacher pointing at me, going, look how good that boy is. Everyone be like that boy, right? And I remember thinking, I don't fucking like that. and also I remember this thought, right, of going, because I remember like just fading in. I remember like teachers going, what's your name? I said, no one knows my name. And I remember how mental was this thought? I remember everyone knows naughty kids' names. I'm going to start just playing up. So like, I remember that. That's a bit of a mental thought.
That's like you've had a PR discussion with yourself.
Yeah, a
like,
7-year-old
self. Some better PR here?
Like, yeah, that's mental, isn't it? That's a bit of crap. But I remember thinking like, oh, I might just do something a bit.
Did you?
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I did.
So what were the kind of things that you did to then try and like get other people to know your name?
Like, I remember like the teacher got up to do something, sort the kids out, and pulled his chair away. So he
pulled the what?
Teacher's chair away. So it wasn't. He hurt himself, to be honest. But
my God!
It wasn't that funny. And I found it funny because he.
You pulled the chair back, and the teacher stacked it.
Yeah, proper fell. Yeah,
and everyone laughed.
Everyone laughed, but
I don't know how that man's carried on his life.
Yeah, but I'd probably get in trouble for that. I did. But knew my name after that, didn't I?
And what's he doing?
You knew people like me. So you can point your fingers.
Oh my God. What was the punishment? Do you remember?
I can't remember. No, I can't remember.
He's probably got ongoing back problems because of that. That's the kind of thing that when you get into your 40s, like that could do you.
Yeah, where he's lost all sense of taste and smell. He's banged his head so hard.
His sciatica's got really playing up now.
Yeah.
Very nice. So were you a class clown?
Oh yeah.
What kind of class clown were you? And I think crucially, and what I've begun to learn chatting to people about this is it can often switch in primary school to secondary school.
Yeah.
There's sometimes a huge kind of behavioural switch.
I remember that. Do you know what? I remember the feeling of when humour became like currency, social currency. Like I remember me and my mate had to do an assembly. We didn't plan anything. We just thought like you got to do a little speech. That's your segment.
Why did you? Do you remember?
Because that's everyone in their class had to do assembly.
Yeah.
You boys, you do a little speech about the subject, right? We didn't do anything. And I went up there and I just sort of made it up. And I think I was doing like Brent impressions and doing like. But I remember this moment of like coming out of class, and I wasn't part of the cool crew. We was going to like a camping thing, and I remember one of the cool kids moaning, "There's no cool people in my group." And I remember one guy saying, "That guy's in your group. He's all right. He's well funny." Pointing at me, right?
Your first good review.
Yeah. And I remember thinking, "Oh, this has got currency." Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
I was always like obsessed with comedy though. I was always like
you were always obsessed with comedy.
Always. Like I remember. So I'm probably going like back and forward in time while I try to explain it. I really remember this, right? So I was a lot younger. This was back in Croydon, so I must have been like a lot younger. I remember my dad going out with his friends for a night out, and I asked my mum, where are they going? And he said he was going to see Lee Evans at the Fairfield Halls.
Wow.
And I said, what's that? She said, I remember I said, it's a comedian. Like, what's a comedian? And it's a man who stands on, and I remember that thing in my head.
Woman.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, this one was a man. It was Lee. It was Lee Evans. But yeah, it just. I remember that thing of like, oh, like that. I remember that, and also I remember like my parents sort of liking it a bit.
Would they watch it on telly at home? There's no Live at the Apollo at this point.
No, they'd watch. Like I remember they had friends who they borrowed the double box set of I'm Alan Partridge. It was like a double VHS.
I remember it.
Double VHS, right?
Yeah.
And their friends had it, and I remember. Can you ask them to borrow that because I want to? I remember just watching it on repeat and like learning, like the bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Obsessing over.
Yeah. But then you could go to school and they've never seen Alan Partridge, so you could just do the bits from it.
Doing Alan, can you do an sort of, but surely doing Alan out of context is a bit weird. It's turning up
Probably.
Smell my cheese, you mother. What? What's he on about?
It's a bit fast.
It's a cock piss. It's a cock pass.
Lynn, she's a hard worker, but she's got a moustache.
So I changed it to cock pass.
That's a really good Partridge, though.
Right. Okay, yeah. So you watched that. And would you like... So you were kind of memorising it and going back into school and trying to use bits from sitcoms that you had seen to make people laugh?
Yeah. I remember that thing of throwing a monkey in the sea. The bit in Alan, like, you threw a monkey in the sea. I just remember as a kid, that is so funny. I like it's so funny. I just go into school and just trying to say, I don't know, just throw a monkey in the sea.
Completely out of context.
Yeah, but in my head.
Quoting Partridge at school. And was this getting you into trouble? You know, like, so you know, say you're a class clown, making people laugh, you liked attention, you thought there was value in it, or currency, as it were.
Yeah.
Was that ever getting you into trouble?
I wouldn't say like big trouble, but like I wasn't concentrating at school. I wasn't. I mean, the laugh meant more. I mean, if there was an opportunity to learn or make people laugh, it was like that was the main thing.
So we're not talking kicked out of school, obviously, but detentions
and just not like. I remember last year of school, I didn't have a school bag. Just sort of. I just turn up, my hands in my pockets, just like that's
fantastic.
He's going to see my mates.
I think we would have got on
at
school. That's exactly what it was like.
I'm just there to
literally. What's the point?
Just no stuff.
So at secondary school, were you naughty outside of school? What was your group? Do you know? Because school's very tribal.
Yeah.
You know, at my school there were goths, there were skaters, there were chavs.
Yeah.
And some other kids.
Yeah.
You know, there weren't really a label.
I'd lean in. I was more in the chav camp.
Yeah.
But I got on with all like the grungers and all that sort of thing.
Yes.
But yeah, it'd be out, you know, just egging, causing issues.
Okay. So you were causing.
Yeah,
Were you this kind of teenager? If there was is there a shopping centre in Croydon?
Yeah.
So yeah. So you would do something to make the security guard chase
yeah. We know. Go to the top of Debenhams, with the thing and drop stink bombs on the restaurant down below. That was a classic.
Oh my God. What would the restaurant have been? This is like pre-Wagamama, pre-Nando's, isn't it?
No, it's one of them. They're like a canteen at the bottom.
A food hall.
Yeah. But it was like a little Debenhams one. So you go to the top, you go to the third floor.
Debenhams one.
Yeah. And then like, drop it down. You know, like
Debenhams? It's like a Debenhams cafe?
Yeah.
Oh, Geraldine, you've done it again. You keep popping.
You still get stink bombs. They're well good, weren't they?
I can confirm you do.
I can confirm you do. My dad bought some recently. Look what I got. Like stink bomb. He also bought, this is genuinely true, he bought a fart machine recently. My dad. Because he thought,
what's a fart machine?
It's like a little thing. He's got a remote for it, so it makes like noises, fart noises, and you've got a button for it, so you can place it somewhere like.
That's unbelievable.
62 years old. Ridiculous.
Has he influenced your material at all?
Yeah. There's a lot of things. Don't get him on here, fucking hell.
So tell me what was behind you going and buying a fart machine?
Tell me around your comedy genius.
Oh, that's amazing. So where were you in terms of sets and stuff?
Oh no, I mean second from top.
Second from top. So
Yeah.
So you did all right. So it wasn't like it was distracting you too much from what you were meant to be doing. I mean, it sounds like perhaps if you weren't kind of being distracted by making people laugh, maybe there's a potential for you to be in the top sets. But
it just didn't. I remember I did art GCSE. I just picked art a bit because I just picked things like I'll just draw it, innit? It's not writing. That's more fun. I remember I got like a B or something for my final piece. ungradable for coursework because there was none.
Yeah.
I just turned up on the day and painted something. And I always remember that as well. Like,
That's mad. There's a written exam for art.
Yeah, no, but it had to be. No, it's what it was supposed to be. You're supposed to collect what you've done over the year. But I'd done nothing. You're supposed to present it in like this sort of like.
A fold.
I just didn't do it because I remember as well. Not like I think my parents just didn't really. They don't come from like an educated background.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Well, they're great parents, but they were just educated for some reason. It just weren't. We weren't really discussed. Like, and I remember like.
Well, if you've not, you've not gone down that path yourself, you don't. It's like a bit like you said. Actually, I mean, you could say it's exactly like you said at the top, which you're not even aware of the class system until you start comedy, where the class system is so poignant.
Yeah.
Or potent. Sorry, not poignant. Potent.
Yeah.
You're almost not aware of this trap.
Yeah, and I think they were like that because I remember like. But during like it's like revision time for GCSEs.
Yeah.
Going to like, should we go down the park? I got revised. I'm like, I should have been revising, but I just like, oh, you squares. Like, what am I going to do then? Like, revise? No, I'm not revised. So it's boring.
I suppose then I'm guessing that something like further education wasn't discussed. That wasn't an option.
No, it wasn't. It literally wasn't. It wasn't discussed.
Well, I've got to get my GCSEs because I've got to get into university.
No, it wasn't. It was not. I mean, I even remember I got a job as a carpet fitter, and I still used to, because my mates went to sixth form at the same school with us, I used to pop in, and the teachers went, "Jack, you don't go here anymore."
Like Brent in the Christmas specials in the office.
Yeah.
Oh, taking out on animals.
I used to like go in like the computer rooms and just. You don't go to this school anymore. You've got a job now. Go leave.
It's so tragic.
Oh, got no mates.
You don't work here, David.
We're still mates, aren't we? That is tragic. I thought.
Oh my god. Right. So you didn't even go to sixth form.
No.
That was. Did you? I mean, out of interest, how many GCSEs did you get?
I don't know. I'm not like, I don't know. I'm not. I don't know.
What is this, Jack?
I don't know. I didn't even collect them. I didn't care. I didn't care.
You didn't care.
I didn't care.
And you said, sorry, at the top you said you had a sibling. It's a brother.
My brother, yeah.
Was he older, younger?
He was worse than me. He was class clown. Like,
yeah.
He once ordered 14 pizzas to the headmaster.
I mean,
the whole school got detention. But the funny thing was here seeing 3 mopeds turn up outside the school. That was a great day. That was a great day.
Oh my god!
My mum has a joke. This is where humour comes into it. He got.
What's his name?
I think he'd done 3 exams. Joe, right?
Joe. Joe.
Yeah, he got like ungradable F. My mum got it framed for him.
Shut up. This is just basically a family of people that like banter. Your parents going, oh, this is fucking shit, put out the wall. Oh, yeah.
That was years later though. It was like when he just kept up, she held on to it and just got it framed.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But he's doing all right. He's doing all right. I mean, successful flooring kit. Yeah, like
it's all right. You don't need to. Yeah. You don't need to try and go out like rub over it.
My mum's all right. Yeah, it wasn't neglect. She's a nice lady. Leave her alone.
Oh dear. And he's all right, He's out now. He's out of jail. He's served his time. Aristotle, philosopher.
Yeah.
Right. He has a quote. He says, "Give me a child until the age of 7, and I will show you the foundations of the man." So, you at 7 years of age, you probably won't remember, but around it, you as a young child, would Aristotle be able to see where you're going to go, which is, filling big rooms, huge viral comedian, millions of people watching your comedy. Would he be able to get a sense of that?
I'd say, like with my background, probably not, maybe. But then with like how I was, I I've always been like this as a kid, ever since I was a kid, in my own head, and I like making up stories in my head.
That's very interesting.
Do you know what I mean?
That does.
Yeah.
That that points you in the direction, doesn't it? You use that now.
Yeah. I thought about this recently.
What were you doing? Yeah, go on.
Like, I think that skill that I've developed since the age of 7 to be able to. So I've never written anything down either. I've never written like my hours, any sketches I do. I've never written anything down.
Yeah.
So when I do them sketches, I first started doing it was me talking to myself.
Yes.
That was like that. So to be like me writing that, just me just sitting in a chair and I'm memorizing. So when I come to record it, I can sort of see it before it happens.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think I do it with stand up, and I think that skill came from being a kid and like just having that thing in your head where you can
living in your own head.
Living there. Yeah.
Sketches, stuff like. Can you remember? Like, I know this is a difficult question. I don't expect you to have an answer for this, but do you remember anything that you would be actually thinking of
as a kid?
Yeah.
Maybe it'd be silly thing. Like I used to love Rocky. Like so, like
just watched that the other night.
Yeah,
I rewatched it.
Yeah, so I'd make my own Rocky story in my head if I was a boxer, and then where do I live and where do I go? And then I go to
That's
this.
amazing. I love that you're imagining other people's backstory. You can't even remember yours. Fantastic.
That is what I'm like.
Yeah,
I'm not very good at dealing with what's happening. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm quite like that. Do you ever do anything like retrospectively and you look at parts of your life and go, what was going on there? Like I won't really live in that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's wonderful that you were away in your mind, and then later on, you're using those skills to. I've
only realised it recently. Like I think that is the skill. That is the thing. That's what you've been training to do. You know what I mean?
And I suppose on top of that, I mean, you didn't give the precise age, but this kind of attraction to attention.
Yeah.
You've got this attraction to attention, and then when he writes these things in his mind.
Yeah.
It's not that far off, is it? For Aristotle to go, well, actually, I can see this. What about performing? Was that any like drama at school? Because art's obviously creative.
Did a bit of drama at school. I just didn't really.
You did do drama at school?
Well, because it was the lessons you had to do.
Okay, sorry. You didn't choose it in those.
No, but I enjoyed doing that. I think there was. So I also I remember that I got this is when stand-up came to my mind. This one I started thinking about stand-up.
Okay, right. So you've very nicely you've threaded this for me, right, so that I don't have to go back. Thank you very much.
I was about 19. I just got back from doing a season in Tenerife, right? And I was one of them blokes who stand outside nightclubs going, "Get in here, you get a free shot."
But how people say that? Just I just did that. I wouldn't know how to do that at a young age.
I didn't either. I just sort of went to Tenerife. I just got a bit fed up with just
on your own
with a mate. I took a mate with me.
You took a mate. Surely you went with him.
I said, "Do you want to come?" And he
take a mate.
Why he took me then? I don't know.
We just went with your mate. What do you mean you took a mate? Like he's your plus one.
He did. Well, he did actually paid for me and just. He bailed me out.
Right, so he did take you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, trying to make myself look better there.
Right, so you and your mate went to Tenerife. Well, how was that?
That was horrific.
Why?
I was too young to see them things. I don't even want to go into it. It was disgusting. I'll tell you after.
Do you mind if we put it on the Patreon?
Yeah, do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
For subscribers, Skipper will tell us what he got up to in Tenerife.
Yeah. If you're looking for a funny anecdote, it would be a very bleak, horrible.
Okay.
But where was I going? Oh yeah. So then I got back, and then I thought, well, I'm going to get a job in an office because that seems what professional people do, right? And so
I hope you don't mind me. Sorry to interrupt.
Go on.
It's all a bit all over the place, isn't it? It's very like Oh, now I'll try an office.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I should do.
Honestly, and a part of me thought, the office looks like a laugh. This will be fun. I've seen the office. They have a great time.
You turn up. Where's Ricky Gervais?
Yeah. In the same way.
Where's Stephen Merchant?
In the same way.
This is not what I...
Sometimes when I go into like Curry's, because of the film 40-Year-Old Virgin, I look at people working and I think, I bet they're having a laugh. It just, do you know what I mean though?
It's so, yeah.
This is painting me out to be mental, this.
What? Hang on. Your telling of your life story is painting you out. What do you mean this? Don't blame this. You're talking about your life and then you're going, hang on, you're making me look mental. I'm not doing anything. You're telling me mental things. You're telling me that you think
I didn't-
people at Curry's
I don't-
are having a laugh? You talk blame me for that.
Oh God. Oh, I'm having a bad week.
It's great. You're doing great.
All right. Okay.
You're doing great. I mean, in life, this is going terribly.
I was doing great until this goes out. Fucking hell.
Look, listen, mate. You can come back from a cancellation. Trust me. I know. Okay. So where were we? So we're not even. So you're 19.
Yeah.
You're back from Tenerife. You think maybe the office job is the thing for you.
Got the office job, and then that's where. So it was in Hammersmith, right?
Right.
And I used to get the train, and I'd have to walk past the Apollo every day, right? And it was that thing of like that
This
was
does feel a little bit like Rocky 1. You walking past the
I
Apollo.
completely made this up.
I can imagine it in the. But I can
This is the
imagine,
film I read when I was 7.
You walking past the Apollo, right? It's a bit of a winter, it's a bit of a miserable day.
Yeah.
And you're walking past the Apollo and you look up, and it's like Dara O'Brien's on or something, and you just hear. Doo-doo,
Yeah, it's that. Yeah.
doo-doo.
Well, no,
You're a bit lost.
They might make a film one
You
day.
come back from Tenerife, you don't really know who you are.
Yeah.
But you look up and.
It was
It
even
was
that,
on.
even like the thing of like the stage door. We talk about the stage door. I thought, oh, imagine going in that way. Like, imagine that. Like,
Oh, that's so cool.
I mean, that was a thing. And but then I think that's where I first started mixing with people from different classes in an office. And I did, and but then only retrospectively I've realised that I wasn't like one of them.
Yes.
And I didn't know why.
Yeah.
So that's where I played up to the clown there, big style, in that office. Like it was, I mean, it was like
Okay, so not so much a class clown, but kind of work office clown.
Yeah. And it was like, but because I wasn't like again like school, I wasn't doing my work. I was just there.
What was it? Sorry, you've said an office job. I mean, what was it? If you want to know what Jack just did there, you're not watching on YouTube or Spotify, and you're just listening. I said, "What was the job?" And he looked at me like I asked him what DNA stands for. Do you know what DNA stands for? No, that's same face. There we go.
It was a job, office job, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But I said, look, that's fantastic. You're literally just turning up to work. What do you do for a living? Don't know.
Work.
Yeah. I just turn up there.
Office.
Yeah. Literally don't know. Okay, so you're walking past the Apollo.
Yeah.
And do you remember seeing who was on and stuff like that?
Not really.
When was this?
Oh, no.
We'll probably be able to kind of guess
This
the
would
type
have
of actor that
been
was there.
2007, I think.
So it'd be like Jack D.
Yeah, all that.
It would be.
I remember going to because near there's a Riverside Studios.
Yes.
Where it used to be, and there was like a pub opposite called the Chancellors.
Yeah.
Right? And I remember going because you'd go there and I saw Ed Byrne in there do a show. I remember seeing Frankie Boyle do the warm up stuff to test out their jokes for Mock the Week.
Yeah, work in progress shows.
Yeah. And it was that thing of like, well, I do remember that feeling of like, oh, there's the man off the telly on the stage, like that sort of wow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That wow feeling.
Yeah.
I think that's the first thing of like, stand up and thinking about stand up and that's when people would do that thing. You know, people do that thing when they tell you should do stand up.
Yeah.
But you do. But I'd always go nah.
Yeah.
I'm just proper dismissive of it. Like nah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's a kind of fantasy world, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you don't do it, you can't.
But it wasn't even like that weren't even in my. It wasn't even like maybe. It was like nah, I can't do that.
Yeah.
That's how I thought of it.
So stand up entered. You're 19, is it?
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah.
And you don't know what you do for a living, but you do something.
I want to say
you're being paid for something.
Media.
You did media. Okay.
Marketing.
So, was this a way into being interested in stand-up then? Did you suddenly go out and buy, stand-up DVDs and start turning up at comedy clubs regularly or anything like that?
That was I remember a real moment. I remember going to the Comedy Store. A few of my mates, we had a mate come down from North and he booked tickets. I'd never been to like a comedy club, you know what I mean? And
so you had seen like Ed Byrne, Frankie Boyle try some stuff out at the Riverside Studios, but you'd never been to a place where there's
club.
like people you don't know.
No.
They're not recognisable from telly.
Yeah.
They're stand-up comedians, they're professional.
But I remember what was specific about this one was my mate saying, have you heard of that Micky Flanagan bloke? And I've never heard of him.
Yeah.
And I remember
He was on at the store.
he went to the store. I tell you who else.
That's wild.
I remember Eric Lampere,
Oh wow.
Hal Cruttenden. I remember because I remember just that it will hit me like a whoosh of like, who are these? We research these people. Do you know what I mean? That's
yeah.
But I remember that thing of seeing Micky. I remember that thing of just laughing. I think this is like feeling like, wow, like that feeling. But I remember that. But I do remember the feeling of going.
I saw Micky open at comedian. I used to watch Micky Flanagan loads before I did stand up and before he exploded. And I remember saying to my mate, this guy's going to be famous.
But I remember the refreshing feeling of it just being like one of my dad's mates. I remember that sort of that feeling. I remember that like he speaks like me.
Yeah,
like
that's what I was going to ask. You know, that kind of, and I know you don't want to step into that kind of world of class and that dialogue about class, and I totally understand that, and that's refreshing. Having said that, without trying to use the word, is there suddenly, like you say, you're identifying with someone that's like one of my dad's mates? That's like me. Hang on, he sounds a bit more like I do than a lot of the people I'm watching, and then can you start to imagine yourself? Is that? I think
a little bit, and I think
it's amazing.
I think so. So this obsession, I think it stayed with me. It's sort of like of thinking about doing comedy, but never like
you were thinking about.
Not even thinking about there was maybe a germ there. Knowing that is what I wanted to do something like
that. And there's people that I think. Sorry, and I'm projecting onto you now from myself.
Yeah.
Being at the Comedia, and for the first time in my life, seeing people that I didn't recognise from telly, that where you went, hang on a second, so you don't have to be famous to go up there.
Yeah.
And that for me was
that's
my story, but that was completely life changing.
But I think what I used to just think. So I used to confirm in my head that it wasn't for me. I used to do a thing where I'd like Wikipedia comedians, and so I'd go, oh well, they've been to university. They used to be an actor. And so it'd confirm.
Wow.
It would confirm for me. Yeah, it ain't for me. But honestly, mate, I've never.
Wow.
You come into this, mate.
Do I?
You done a comedy course, didn't you?
Yeah. Sorry, this isn't just learned.
Yeah.
I need to.
I've never.
This talent is not just learned. this is natural as well.
But
yes, no, there's a comedy course in Brighton.
So that
Jill Edwards comedy course, which was
the first thing something put into my head that there's a way into this.
But also, you wouldn't have seen I didn't go to university or I had no.
It was a bit of that because I knew there was probably another way. It's just to turn up at an open mic and just. Yes. But no way was I doing that. Like I didn't have the confidence. You know what I mean?
At Comedia, the Comedia had an open mic night, and when I kept putting my name down, and kept bottling it on the night, and then when I finally decided, no, I'm going to do it, they'd stopped the open mic night and said, but there is this course, and it has a gig at the end.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
Yeah.
And it's that, but it was what it was. That was, it's just a way. It was a way to get into it with not being thrown into it. So it made me feel less anxious. Do you know what I mean? So I could go, there's a way. Even if I chat to someone who like-minded people, or do you know what I mean? Because that was like a. But then I did. But also, I didn't go. Oh, I'm signing up to it. It still took years. But I just kept it.
Wow.
In my mind that. You know what I mean?
The course.
Yeah.
So what did you do? Sorry, did you wiki me?
Must have done, yeah.
You Wikipedia'd me, saw that I did that.
Well, no,
or whatever, Googled me.
And when you came up, I mean, I probably searched loads of people before you, and then it was like, you probably just suggested.
What about any average comedians? Well, are there any average comedians? Yeah, he can do it, I can do it. I love that you say, if that, Seann Walsh banged his head off a bus. And, I can do this. Okay, yes, right. And so that just kind of floated around in your head.
Yeah.
For years.
Yeah. Then did a speech at a wedding.
What were you a best man?
It was my wedding. But don't want to laugh. Let's not go into that. God, we'll cut that.
A speech at a wedding. Oh, it was my wedding. I think the word is mine.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, I understand. Don't worry.
Just
fucking hell. This is nuts. Right, yeah.
At a wedding.
Yeah.
And it was that thing where, again, didn't write anything down.
Yeah.
Because and then I'd done this, and it was like, mic in your hand. It was that moment of where I can pretend I'm a stand-up here. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
Do you know what I mean? And it was like, I can't remember, but everything was in joke format.
Yeah.
It was, do you know what I mean? It's that set out punch. Do you know what I mean? That thing that,
do you think that, and I mean this, do you think that ability to kind of, to be able to churn out jokes like that, you're looking at that, you're going, well, look, that's set up punch. Actually, when I look back at it, I realised that's set up punch. Do you think, well, actually that is because I took this kind of obsessive interest in comedy from a young age, that even if you don't fully understand the DNA and the structure of these things, you don't know, the terminology for them or whatever, that actually is ingrained in you.
Yeah. You learn the rhythms of it.
Yes.
Partridge, Steve Coogan, as Partridge, he chooses the perfect word. He chooses that he's so brilliant at it. And so if you get obsessed with that, I do it in mine. Like, I don't always hit the mark, but I know in my head, like, it's like when you see someone playing a guitar and they're trying to look for that note and they hit it. When you get, when you've got that bit, you think that analogy or that thing is perfect. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I think that's a thing that you feel it. And even I remember when I used to do, like, when Facebook first time out, I used to have write a status and it'd say Jack Skipper is, and you'd have to write something. It gave you, and I used to write like I'd write a sentence, ... couple of words. Looking back,
wow,
that was set up punch. That was set up in a punchline, set up in a punch.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was doing that, but that's what I used to do. Like, I was writing jokes. That was my outlet for it.
That's so interesting.
But no one taught me. But it was like, it must be just from absorbing
Absolutely.
it. Yeah.
Absolutely. And also what's interesting to me is you finding help from a character doing it. So interesting. Normally a stand-up comedian will be looking back and talking about the effect or the influence, that a stand-up comedian had on them. But it's so interesting getting it from a character, and not even a live character. I mean, I know he's done live stuff, as Partridge, but as a sitcom character, and that having such a massive influence on your stand-up.
I think when you do look at some sitcom, right, like Only Fools and Horses is set up punchline. The rhythms of it, you could turn them into stand-up routines. Like them, they're like they're situations. You know what I mean? They're like, and I think like I sort of naturally do that on stage. You create a sitcom, don't you? You know these characters, and then there's that he went like this, bang. Do you know what I mean? It's that sort of.
It sounded like you're at war then, like bang, bang. Yeah. That's very interesting.
Yeah. Hope so.
No, it really is. I wonder, you mentioned Only Fools and Horses there.
Yeah.
And again, Flanagan. And again, I know you prefer to avoid talking about class. But again, it's just interesting that let's call it the normal people thing.
That's what it is.
You said, do you know what I mean? Normal, just normal people.
Yeah.
So did you add an attraction to Only Fools and Horses, Micky Flanagan? There was an aspect of kind of normal.
Yeah. And that's still, I lived in Australia for a couple of years.
Have you skipped that? How can I work? I can't work like this. I can't work under these conditions. My Lord.
Forgot about that bit.
I'm not, what was that?
But yeah, I went.
When?
After the office, I got bored of the office job, and I went
after the office job.
Yeah, so I went to Australia.
So I remember before the office job, I went, when you said, "Oh, I thought I'll do an office job," I said in this chat, there seems to be a sense of kind of lost here, looking for something. They go, "Yeah." Then I went to Australia. then I literally went to the other side of the world. You can't get any further away from where I live before you start coming back. Yeah, I went there. Yeah. I mean, how?
Yeah.
It's
better because usually if you went, where did you go? I went, I don't know.
No. Well, what did you do there? I don't know. Absolutely no idea. What were you doing in Australia?
I did loads. I did bar work. I did carpet fitting out there. I worked on a tomato farm. But
was there any direction? Hold what you were going to say. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
I won't forget that.
Yeah.
But where's stand up? Where's stand up in your life when you're in Australia? Are you still a million miles away from stand up?
No, I remember.
What are you doing?
The hostel we stayed at. I remember there was a stand up comedy night over the road, and my mate going, I'm signing you up to it. I was like, no, I'm not fucking doing it. I'm not.
It's bubbling. It's really bubbling in Australia.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm still like making people laugh. That's what I used to do. Like,
That's what how you got through life.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you go to Australia.
Yeah.
And there's still no sense of what you're going to do. Stand up is bubbling. It's this idea. You'd love to do it in the dream world, but you're not going to do it. There's no sense of what you are going to be with your life.
It's probably just escaping that idea, escaping being normal and escaping just being in that normal life. You know what I mean? I think that's what it was. I find it boring. We sort of chatted about before, like when I think it's like admin, life gets all serious. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I find it boring. It's just fucking boring, mate. You know what I mean? Just people being adults and that.
What about? Do you know what? And it's not a very I know it's an awkward question because I've not really spoke to anyone else about this. It's just popped into my head. But the reason it's come up is because of you saying, "Oh, it's boring. I didn't want to do. You know, I don't want to do something normal. It's boring." Was there ever? And you talked about these stories. Was there ever a kind of were you ever daydreaming about being famous? Did fame ever fall underneath this? Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, but I think it would be. I wouldn't dream of any. I wouldn't go on Big Brother. Do you know what I mean? Not that I wouldn't dream of that sort of fame. But it'd be for being a comedian.
Oh, so you would be like imagining like what? Jonathan Ross? Is it that?
No, I'd imagine. Do you remember that bit in the first series of extras, the last episode, when he goes to the BBC building, they go, "We'd like to commission this pilot," and he goes, "Oh, like that."
Yes. Okay.
That feeling. Feeling. That I found that like. Yes, it's a signifier that you've made it.
But don't you find? I know it's a bit gross. It's a bit wet. I appreciate this because I'm asking you to kind of find your own, your own journey, your own life amazing. And I understand that would be you might be uncomfortable with that, but to listen to it, it's a very sweet story that there's this kind of boy who lives in his own mind.
Yeah,
writes all these stories, writes these jokes, writes these sketches in his own mind, and then kind of. Will fantasize, watches extras, sees that bit, fantasizes what that might be like, but is a billion miles away from ever doing anything like that. And then I sit opposite you and millions of people watch your comedy and then go out and talk. And what some people would call that, my missus would probably call that manifestation. You unknowingly kind of manifested it by dreaming about it.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't ever try and take stock of it though, because I think I'm not very good at. I don't want to congratulate myself too much because I still think there's a long way to go. That sort of thing. Do you know what I mean,
absolutely, and I wouldn't ask you to congratulate yourself or anything like that. But it's just you've accidentally almost told this story. For me to kind of put it together, I find it amazing.
But, thank you, mate. But when it did start to go right, when it did start to work, or comedy started to work for me. I think that's where I did shift as a person. I did completely shift, like that sort of being that sort of all over the place. Like I think it has given me like.
No, you're right. You're really together now and very sharp and collected. Yeah, absolutely.
So I feel so sorry for the listeners of this. This is the most annoying thing to listen to. They're so all over the place. I really thought I was going to come in and be like really like nail this and be like, people see the real me, and it turns out. The real me's a fucking mess.
He's a nutcase. But I love him.
But that's what I was trying to.
We love him.
That's what I was trying to turn it at the end. I am a bit more. I mean, like
what you think stand up is that thing where you're talking about being lost, and you've got a job, 2 years in the office, and you go to Australia. This kind of finding yourself. What is it? What am I doing?
Yeah.
You're trying to escape. You don't know quite what you're looking for, and then you find stand up, and that feels like home. That feels like where we've been heading this whole time.
Just comedy. That thing of like just being like having that validation. That thing. I think I've ever had that validation ever.
Were you looking for it?
Yeah, I bet that's what it is, isn't it? That ego needs fucking looking after, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's I uploaded a video onto TikTok and it blew up, and people, and it's that sort of like. So you know what it is? It made sense of the nonsense. It made sense. Like everyone's like, you're a fucking idiot. Know what you do for a living. Stop going to Australia. Sort yourself out. I'm like, no, I'll be all right one day. And it is a validation that I'm not. You can get something from this. Do you know what I mean? It's that.
I love that.
Yeah, it's like, because it's not the most.
That madness was for a reason.
Yeah, and it's
Like, you know, you weren't lost.
Yeah.
You were just, it was actually, that was the route you had to take to get where you are.
People just take the piss out of me for it. Like
that sound like Oprah.
Like, but it was like, I schemes and fucking, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that, and I used to come up with ideas and like, and you know what also was, because I was too scared to get into comedy, I'd do other little projects that were creative so I could, because I knew it wasn't what I wanted.
Have you skipped that as well?
Well, because it's
like Pulp Fiction, this, like non-linear, trying to get, and then we go back here and
tried DJing. I tried to start my own gourmet burger company. Dorothy Gherkins. But what I did though, I create.
So because you were too scared to do comedy, there was nearly a burger chain called Dorothy Gherkins.
So I made the burgers, I made the branding, I did the Instagram. Then I went to come to like make it a business and sell them and do like fill out health and safety forms. I was like, oh, fuck that, I'm not. It's boring, isn't it?
I can't do this. I'm almost gutted that you went into comedy. I really want a Dorothy Gherkins burger.
Oh, you never know, you know.
Oh, you're good at making
burgers. And I've got the reach now to sell them, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Oh, can you cook burgers?
I'm all right cooking, yeah.
You're all right cooking. So let's get there then. You eventually do Jill Edwards comedy course.
Yes.
Right, that's your first go at actually doing stand-up, is signing up to the course.
Yes.
So how does this happen? When does it happen?
So this was late 2019. Did cool, and there was that feeling as well of like that scary feeling of seeing loads of people in a room who sign up to a course, and like, you know that feeling as well of going, they're all funny people. Like, you know that thing that they're all going to be better than me. You know what I mean? That feeling.
Yeah.
And then even
terrifying.
Yeah, and even that bit with she's done this thing where she make you stand on the stage and just say your name. And
and
it's like,
you're bringing it back.
Like, it was a horrible feeling.
Oh, you're bringing it all back.
And I did that thing when I was trying to say this idea I had in my head and it come out as like just nothing. I couldn't.
Do you remember holding a piece of paper and shaking?
And and everyone could see
the noise.
Everyone could see your hands shaking.
God. Oh my God.
And then I think about week 4 or 5, I wish I could remember what the bit was, but I said something. Maybe like I've been doing today, where I've just, one of my thoughts that is just the true about my life and made everyone laugh.
Yes.
And it was like, it started to get a bit better. And then I started to do well at it.
Yes.
And then what happened, people don't know, you have a showcase at the end, you know what I mean, where people come see your...
Yeah, there's a night at the Comedian, right?
I didn't get to do it because the pandemic. So I did that. So that all got shut down, and then and then my mate. Well, I had that feeling of like, fucking spent all my life thinking of doing this. Now I can't fucking do it. You know what I mean? Like, why me, bloody pandemic?
Why me, China?
People kept away from their loved ones. Why my comedy career?
Yeah.
So then my mate, who I took to Tenerife and Australia, same mate, he told me about TikTok. I never heard of TikTok, and he said, because I always like to send my mates videos, funny videos on WhatsApp and stuff.
That you had made? Or do you mean forwarded?
I'd make them and just send them like these. I just used to and then he said put them on TikTok, and I did it, and then like literally the third one, got hundreds of thousands of views. It was a bloke pretending he's into football. That's all the thing. That was the character. And then it was the pandemic. I had nothing to do, so I just started like it was that first feeling of validation, that first feeling of I can't. And then I just started creating different characters, and it just grew and grew and grew.
Yeah.
But the whole time, I was still doing online, catching up with them people on that course, chatting about comedy the whole time. You know what I mean? So then by the time
you're basically kind of famous before you do your first
skit. That was a weird.
Absolutely.
But I did make
bizarre.
a point, though, Sean. I did make a point, though. I never, when I did the open mic circuit, I didn't do that thing where I'm going to be here, come and see me. I went and did the open mic circuit properly. Like,
yeah,
I didn't. You know what I mean? Like, and
that's amazing.
No one knew who I was when I turned. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, but yeah, that's how it went. But it's that. But But that was when everything in my mind just shift. I had that focus. The nonsense had direction. Do you know what I mean? And it was like, and so what it was though, it was incredible. Like, and it weren't like, it was however old I don't know, 20 plus years of writing comedy. That's how I feel it was. It was like, do you know what I mean? 'Cause
that's amazing.
Just these ideas. The bits I had, well, I remember like thinking of it when I was in school and trying it on stage. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's amazing. You mentioned there the characters, which had kind of just passed me by in terms of thinking of you, because I think of you predominantly as the stand-up comedian, and then when I watch your videos, I just kind of go, oh, there's Jack doing those. The dialogue. I'm looking at the dialogue more than the characters themselves. But you're absolutely right. There are all these characters you do. Yeah. Would you? Because you're taking the piss, aren't you? You're mainly taking the piss. When I look at those videos, taking the piss out of the way someone is. Yeah, but do I have the worst way to understand? No, the reason I can take the piss out of him because I relate to him. Yes, I know exactly what. I love my favorite thing is someone. When you see transparent in people, like they're just trying to show off, but they don't know that you know what they're doing. That sort of thing. I love that sort of thing. That really makes me laugh. What kind of Brent? Would you say Brent falls into that? I remember a bloke said to me once, he was working for me, he went, oh, she's in a engagement ring, it's 10 grand. I said, I'm not doing a whole month's wages on a ring. It's that sort of thing, Chris. And, he just said it normally, but I just found it so funny. I know what you're trying to tell me. I know what you're trying, and it's that sort of thing. I'm obsessed with that sort of thing. But that's very kind of Brent Partridge. Yeah. There's something really. That's why Brent Partridge is so good. They nailed it, didn't they? Do you know what I mean? That's the kind of spot they hit. Yeah. Because we all walk around unconscious and unaware, but we are. Well, I assume we are full of awareness. We're so hyper aware, aren't we, of like everything, like comedians. Yeah. Like you're always on. Do you know what I mean? Like that. Yes. And just the way people are, be like. People watching, isn't it? Watching how people behave. And I think that's where them characters came from, I think. Well, that's absolutely fascinating. I would say, actually, before we go, if there was someone watching or listening that perhaps sounded more like you, a normal person, shall we put it, like you said at the beginning, and they're lost, and they're not quite sure what they want to do, but they know they love this thing, would you have advice for them? Would there be something you'd be able to say to them that you think might help? That maybe you could have done with if you had heard sooner? If you're lost, then no, I ain't got a clue. I ain't got no advice for you. Just just make a burger company. Do what you got to do, man. But if you know, because I knew, but I was too scared to admit it. But if you know, there is that thing, and if you know there's a chance that you'll be good at it, that's the thing as well. If there's like you think, I think I can do this, fucking just do it. Yes. You've got to just. I know it's well scary, but just do it. That's very inspiring. Thank you, Jack. It's been an absolute pleasure. Sean. Cheers, mate. You're going to forget about this in 2 minutes. Where have I just been? What was I doing? There you have it. The wonderful Jack Skipper. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Really, really in the moment. It was wonderful getting to see how Jack became the superstar he is today, and I think there's lots there in it, and it all adds up. So I really enjoyed that, and he's a top bloke as well. Remember to like, subscribe, follow, tell everyone you know, tell everyone you love, tell everyone you hate, even about Class Clown. It really helps to keep the podcast going, and we love doing it. So, and also keep leaving in those comments. It's really nice to hear from you. Leaving comments on Spotify, leaving comments on YouTube. It's great to hear. Anyway, we'll see you next week. I've been Seann Walsh. This has been Class Clown. Thanks very much.